Alrighty, guys, so the markets did not do well today. As I'm sure you know at this point, we had the S&P 500 close down 0.9%, the Russell went down 0.7%, the NASDAQ went down 1.3%, as the Dow Jones went down 0.8%, the VIX went up 2%, and we had silver fall a good amount. And silver, by the way, looks like it might be going under $20 here in the short term. Silver went down 2.3% on the day, as gold went down 0.5%. And in a couple of minutes here, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're starting to crash yet again, guys. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. If you guys find value, hit that like button, subscribe, maybe get some free stocks, 10 stocks from Moomoo, link down below. Today's your last day for that. And you could also get 6 stocks from Webull. All of that, again, is linked down below. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So if you guys recall in my previous video, we talked about how SPY, well, first of all, in my first video of the day, I'm losing track of how many I've made today. SPY ended up collapsing. You guys remember that. Then we had that V-shaped recovery from 372 to about 380, and then we got a double top. You guys can see that right here, double top at about 380, one right here, boom. The second one right there. And then we ended up selling off at about 2-ish p.m., and that's funny enough where I ended my previous video. So once I stopped filming, the market started collapsing. SPY went from 380 back down to about 375. We tried running back up. If you guys take a look here, they tried, or rather SPY tried to V-shape recovery again, or V-shape recover, but we got rejected at 378 at a lower high, and then we dumped into the close. That is not good at all for the bulls here in the short term, right? Lower high, dump into the close. Same thing here with triple Q, right? Let's pull that up and take a look. We had that V-shaped recovery, hit 283 roughly, and then we started selling off at 2 from 283 down to 278. We got a little pump, tried V-shape recovering again, but we failed. We hit a lower high. You guys can see it right here. Boom, lower high. Then we closed on the downswing. So at this point, guys, what am I looking at for tomorrow? Well, if I pull up the 5-day chart, I want to see tomorrow, are we going to, A, run up and maybe take the highs out from today on triple Q being around 284, or B, are we going to launch under 278, take the low out from about 320 on the East Coast today, and then go down and take out 275? What direction are we going to pick? Because right now on the 20-day chart, you can kind of see we're in a wedge on the on triple Q here and on SPY. So we have to wait and see what direction we end up picking. But overall, this 20-day chart does not look too great. You know, we're under the moving averages on SPY. Triple Q is also slightly under the moving averages, and we have a death cross. So, I mean, by the looks of it, guys, there's really one last chance for the bulls here. And if the bulls fail at 275 on triple Q, if SPY, the bulls fail at, let's say, 370, we're going to see some more downside here, in my personal opinion. That's what the charts are pointing to as of now, but we'll see. We'll see if the bulls are able to make one last fighting attempt at some point, maybe tomorrow or next week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. And with that being said, let's dive over to crypto and see what's going on with Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is now down under 19,000 again when I'm filming this video. And by the way, if you guys are finding value, hit that like button, subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. So right here, what we see again is Bitcoin. It's sitting at about 18,800 right now, and in the early hours of today, June 30th, and by the way, it's the last day of the month. Hope you guys had a great month. We saw Bitcoin go from 20 to 19.4 rather, and then it went all the way down to 18,750 at about 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Then we had that little rally, the little relief rally, if you will. It got to 19.2. We got rejected, and like I said in my previous video, I didn't think it was going to break 19.3, 19.2. Ended up being right, and now we're back under 19, and we're looking awfully close. We're pretty freaking close to that 18,750 low that was hit. When was that? 9:45. Yeah, 9:45 on the East Coast this morning. That's where we hit that. So if this takes out 18,750 on the bottom side, watch out for more downside on Bitcoin. And this could literally happen between now and tomorrow. No doubt about it. Overnight, it could happen, as we saw the big dump happen this last night, right? So yeah, Bitcoin is falling under 19 again. That is not good. Ethereum, let's see here. Ethereum is right around 11, not 11, it's right around 1020 roughly. And this one's also getting the hammer right now, guys. It hit 997 this morning, rallied up to about 1050, got rejected. Now we're at 1020, like I said. If this takes out 1,000, and especially that 997 low from earlier today, there's going to be a bloodbath in Ethereum, in my opinion. And again, Bitcoin, if it breaks under that 700 level. So let me know your thoughts on crypto down below, guys. And I forgot to mention a key statistic here about the S&P 500 that I read today, and I'm going to mention it right now. The S&P 500 is on track for its worst performing, for its worst half of the year, rather, since 1970, guys. And the S&P 500 lost 21% in the first half of 1970 during a period of high inflation that the current environment has been compared with. And get this, guys, it gained 27%, and by it, I mean the S&P 500, during the last 6 months of that year. So in 1970, well before I was born, 1970, we had crazy inflation, 21% in the first half of the month, or first half of the year, rather. And then, or not 21% inflation, the S&P lost 21%. And it rebounded by 27% in the could you imagine that in the second half of the year? So, I mean, that's crazy. That's like us seeing a 25% rip from where we are right now. I'm not calling that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm sure a lot of people back then didn't think it was going to happen either. And then all of a sudden it happened, and then SPY went up 30%. You know, that's just, I mean, the markets do crazy things. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it's a pretty cool stat, but also it's to point to the fact that the markets can do anything, and we have to be prepared for every scenario that gets thrown at us. So let's run through now some stocks and see what's going on here on my watch list. We had Voyager, which has just been a roller coaster ride, guys. No kidding. I mean, this thing was up 40% one day. I think, actually, no, it was up 60%, and then it collapsed by 30%, went up again. Today it's down 20%. So this is one that ultimately I believe is going to go bankrupt. Foot Locker today went down 6%, and funny enough, I just picked up a pair of shoes at Foot Locker. So if you own Foot Locker stock, yep, you know, I'm paying your dividends this quarter. But yeah, Foot Locker went down 6% today. Now it's at a fresh low here on the 4-hour chart, and its recent high was $60, guys. And I think, when was this? I forget when I used to own Foot Locker, but I owned it recently, not recently, but at this point, probably over a year ago, in the 40s. I made a good profit on it, sold out, and now it's crazy to see that it's in the 20s. And a lot of these stocks, I'm not sure if you've realized this, guys, but a lot of stocks right now are getting to their COVID lows. And a lot of these are in retail. A lot of these are the airlines, the cruise lines. A lot of these are getting near those COVID lows. $17 is where Foot Locker hit, and now it's at 25. It's getting awfully close. And this is another one that, like I mentioned in my previous video where we covered Intel, a lot of people think Foot Locker is a value stock, but a lot of people also think it's a value trap. What do you guys think down below? Do you think Intel is a value trap? Same with Foot Locker? Or do you think they're legitimate value stocks that need to be gobbled up at these low PE levels? What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. We had stocks like today, Shop, which, oh, look at that. Shop went through the split. It's $30 a share. And no, guys, it did not drop 90% because it was just 300. Now it's 30. It did not drop 90%. It had a split, guys. 10 for 1, or what was it? Let me see here. Yeah, 10 for 1 split. So Shopify is now a $30 stock because, again, that 10 for 1 split. And it seems like it's been pretty flat overall. Keep an eye on this, guys. It's been pretty flat over the past month. Almost, actually, yeah, almost 2 months, and we are noticing a bit of a bullish divergence here. So Shopify, if you're in the camp of, oh, we're going to see some sort of market rally over the next couple of weeks, Shopify is one that could really outperform. I mean, this thing has been beaten down, and you guys know how that goes. When we get market rallies, small caps beating down growth stocks, they usually recover, very quickly, right? Not all the way to all-time highs. That's not what I'm saying is going to happen, but we typically see, the recoveries in the bull market, or the little rallies that we get, the small caps, growth stocks, they outperform, right? You guys know that. So let's see quickly here before I wrap the video up. I don't want to be too long today, guys. Crude oil today went down. Let's see here. Wow, 3.5%. So crude oil right now is clearly getting rejected at $115. We're now at 105 a barrel, and we're now under both moving averages as well here on the 4-hour chart. That's not good. And if I clear the drawing set, look at this, guys. Let me do that. Clear the drawing set. Let me get the oval tool. We have a head and shoulders playing out right now on crude oil. You guys see that? Left shoulder, head. Then we got the right shoulder right here. That's what's playing out. And if this thing starts going under 100, that right shoulder, or even towards 100, that right shoulder could get us anywhere from 95 to about 100, a barrel on crude oil, just looking at the chart. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, if I clear the drawing set again, even though we have that head and shoulders, this thing is still technically holding an uptrend. Is it not, guys? I mean, look at that. It looks like we have a wedge right here. We're simply making lower highs, but also higher lows at the same time. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments about crude oil. I think it still looks decent, but if it starts coming under 95.90, okay, at that point, that's going to be a technical break, which is not good. Let's see quickly here what big tech did today. We had Apple down 1.8% on the day. Google, bring it on, Google. Google went down 2.5% on the day, and I actually want to see Google under 2,000. I'm rooting for it. I've been waiting patiently. I haven't bought Google in a couple of weeks, I feel like, and I'm in no rush to buy Google. It's already my biggest individual stock, but I want to add more to it at, obviously, levels that I believe are undervalued. And for me, that's anything under 2,000, to be honest. I mean, 1,800, 1,700, I'd be buying Google all day. So if it gets to that point, that's where I'm going to be buying more Google. Microsoft today went down 1.3%. It's getting awfully close to that 240 low from a couple of days ago. You guys can see that. And another thing worth mentioning is we're still fighting to make a higher low here on a lot of these big tech stocks, and on SPY and Triple Q as well, which is why I mentioned in the beginning of the video that the bulls still have one fighting chance left. But if they fail at those key levels I mentioned earlier in the video, it's going to be a bloodbath on Wall Street. Let's just put it that way, in my opinion, technically speaking. Meta Platforms today, this is another one that I want to go down, or that I want it to go down. Meta went down 1.6%, and this is a stock that I've been buying pretty aggressively. I mean, not extremely aggressively. I think when I made my top 10 holdings video, I think Meta was right around 6-7, so it's not my biggest position by any stretch of the imagination, but it is top 10, and it's one that I've been buying. And if it gets under 150, which is $10 away from where we are now, if it gets to 140, 30, I will be loading the boat, guys. I promise you, I'll be loading the boat on this particular stock. So yeah, I don't want to be in here too long. What did Baba do today? Let's look at these Chinese stocks actually. Baba today down 2%. This still looks pretty good, technically speaking. You guys see higher lows are being made. We're above the 50 SMA, which is good, but we're clearly also making lower highs. We have a little bit of a wedge here on Alibaba. So if this takes out, let's say 118, $20, there could be a breakout to the upside. So this looks good. It looks pretty bullish in my personal opinion, guys, based on what I'm seeing here. And JD.com as well still looks pretty bullish. We just got to be patient. That's the thing with the markets, guys. A lot of people want things to play out then and there, that day, right then and there, but that's not how it works. You have to have a plan in place, set your alerts, have charts drawn out, understand where you want to get in and out, all that good stuff. and wait. You got to be patient, and sometimes it doesn't play out. A lot of the time, it doesn't play out, to be honest. But with JD, I'm sitting patient. We have an ascending triangle. I have my alert at 68. If it breaks that into the 70s, I know I want to pick it up, ride it maybe to 75, maybe some near $80. That's what I'm looking at for here on JD.com. So with that being said, guys, as you guys can see, my voice is pretty raspy, so that is the cue to end the video. So I guess if you enjoyed it, you might as well hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, join my Patreon link down below, and get your 10 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit and your 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All of that is linked right down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Good luck in these crazy markets. Peace out.